Okay, Nikki, I think we'll get this straightened out here in just a second. We're going to do those same two problems. Again, we know that these intersecting chords um, let us find these angles here. We know that the measure of angle x is equal to 1/2 46 plus 90. Because these intersect inside the circle, we're going to add these two corresponding chords together, right? Add them together, then divide by 2, which is the same as multiplying by 1/2. So here we are looking for x, so x equals, well, 46 plus 90 is 136. 136. And half of that, you can just divide it or you can multiply it by 1/2. It's the exact same thing. Is, what is that, 68? 1/2 times 136 equals 68. So x equals 68. Now, the other problem is a little different because we already had x by itself on this one. That's why in this case we didn't have to multiply both sides by the reciprocal like we're going to do in the next problem. We already have x isolated, so we didn't have to do anything to both sides to get x by itself like we're going to do in the next problem. Okay, now this time these intersect outside of the circle, so that tells us that the measure is going to be the difference between the two intersecting arcs. Now, in what you did, you were doing something, you tried to subtract 20 from 95. Well, that's not what we have. What we have is the measure of angle, whatever this angle is, that's 20. So 20 equals the difference between this arc, which is 95, and this arc here, which is z. So it's going to be 95, 1/2 of the difference between the arc that's furthest away, right here, 95, minus, because it says the difference, of z. Not minus 20. 20 is the angle. And we're looking for arcs, because this is an arc and this is an arc. So now in this case, we don't have z by itself. So that's when we're going to do this multiplying everything by this reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. So if I multiply this side by 2, I also multiply this side by 2. And when I do that on here, 2 times 1/2 is 1, so these cancel out. And this becomes 40 equals 95 minus z. Okay, so now there's a couple of things. If I just subtract 95 from both sides, I can do that, but I'm going to have a negative z. And when I'm done, I have to have a positive z. Well, we can do this a couple different ways. I can add z to both sides. Well, I'm going to do it that way first. Add z to both sides. So these z's over here cancel out. Now I'm left with z plus 40 equals 95. And now I can subtract 40 from both sides. And I'm left with z equals 55 degrees. So this arc here is 55 degrees. So when you have something like this, x equals 1/3, I don't know, 60 plus 70, I'm just making something up. You've already got x isolated. So in that case, you're just going to add these together and take 1/3 of it, multiply it by 1/3. But when you have something like this, 30 equals, I don't know, 1/2 x plus 4. Well, we don't have x isolated at this time, so that's when you're going to do the whole reciprocal move. Multiply everything by 2 to try to isolate that x. So then we get 60. I'm just making up these things. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. These cancel out. I'm left with x plus 4. Then just add 4 to both. X plus 4. Subtract 4 to both sides. And in this thing I'd get 56 on my made up problem. Again, what you did in your example, you tried to subtract 95, the arc, minus 20. And 20 is not an arc. 20 is the measure of an angle. So I hope that helps. Let me know.